The last game of the day is finally here at the DPC Eastern European Division 2. I'm Harry Freak and you're watching a series between Sigma.YNT and MoneyMakers, which is former YNT. These guys seem to be used to be a part of the same organization, not any longer. And both of the lineups have something to prove. Game number 1 goes to Sigma.YNT easily. Game number 2 goes towards MoneyMakers just as easily, just it lasted a little bit longer than it did. Anyways, we are gonna be getting ourselves into the draft fairly soon. And should be getting ourselves in it there. Curious to see what they're gonna pick and if the DP does go through. So I'm hoping that we see something new. The DPs have one on one side, on the other side as well. So let's see how the teams actually fare without it. In my mind, MoneyMakers are still a better team. Sigma.YNT, they tend to pick a bit greedy sometimes. So I'm not sure if that's the appropriate way to do it, right? You're gonna be punished, and it was, I think, exploited this time around by the side of MoneyMakers. If they had something else other than the PL, right? If they picked up a Tinker and got themselves a carry that is gonna win the lane, or at least do well in the lane, doesn't matter if it does well versus the Terrorblade or not, you're gonna have the Tinker versus him. That's good enough. They had to pick the PL. They had to be greedy. And, well, this hero, it can work some games, but most of them he is not going to. I'm here hoping that they adjust to it and we see, you know, closer. I don't want to say drafts. I think Sigma's draft could have worked in the previous one, but
5 seconds remaining.
Closer teams and closer drafts in terms of in which parts of the game they should come online, right? With Sigma.YNT not really going so greedy that they will never get online, so that even if they start losing, that they have something to play with, to fight with, to be able to make plays and potentially get a comeback. So, the Broodmother does get banned out. Sigma.YNT, they get rid of the Nature's Prophet and the Beastmaster. So DP, yep, that's pretty normal one. These are the two teams that use it, and the Enchantress does come out. Disruptor, there's no doubt about that. Ooh, a Timber. Okay. I guess Timber makes sense if Sigma.YNT again want to go for some greediness on their side. They haven't really shown me a hero that it would be able to lane well versus the Timber. And you're picking Klaxon's hero early on. That is hard to be countered. And you can play around it quite well. So, you know, you might not have Ver here, you might not have your classic offlaner, but you can pick these self-sustaining heroes on him that you can stay on the lane for a very long time with. Then you don't really need that much coordination with him, do you? And later on in the game, it just has the items to help you in any way possible. The late game fights, it's all about communication, and if he listens to what the team wants him to do, he will probably be able to deliver.
Monkey King.
Okay, that's a hero that can do well versus the Timbersaw early on. As you get more levels in the
10 seconds remaining.
in the reactive armor, the less he can push you out of lane, but he can still deny a lot of your creeps. So I like it in some way. Timbersaws sometimes versus the Monkey King will decide to max out the Timber Chain and just annoy him in the lane, go for the damage deal. Get the get a support that's gonna help you with that, like a Snapfire, and make sure that the Monkey King is having a bad time. Not the easiest thing to do versus the Monkey King plus the Enchantress, but I like it. I think it's good. We'll see what they decide to do. You could go for a Mirana, you know, just to go around the map killing people. Leave the Timber alone. That could be an approach, a pretty decent one at that, but we'll see what they decide to do. So, Sigma, they ban out the Terror Blade. Okay, no biggie there. The Clockwork gets removed as well. Monkey doesn't like playing against the Clockwork 4 Monkey. 1 Monkey doesn't matter. So who played the Monkey King 4?
10 seconds
Was it Sigma?
remaining.
Yeah, it was actually Sigma.
5 seconds remaining.
But they didn't play that well. Team Sexy played it like amazingly well. It's a first phase ban versus them. Queasy is an okay Monkey King, but he is not as good as 9 class. 9 class is just on another level with the hero. It was just so apparent in his game versus Namiga. If you guys haven't watched that one, you should. If you want to learn how to play a position 4 Monkey King, that guy is your guy. He just did everything perfect, movement-wise, spell-wise, dodge-wise. Everything was mwah.
Dire team ban.
The Primal Beast gets removed. We have seen that hero banned every single time in this series. Okay. So Sigma.
10 seconds remaining.
You could remove the Slark.
5 seconds
That's a Monkey
remaining.
King counter per se, depending on what you want to play in the off lane. Moneymakers, they do have their last picks in both the second and the third
Radiant
pick phase,
team
so
ban.
something like that could come out. Ooh, okay. I think this now, you need to ban out the bat, right? Is that what they want? Or you could pick up a bat versus a Monkey King Enchantress. It would actually be a pretty big hero pickup.
10 seconds remaining.
Are you afraid of the bat yourself if you're Sigma?
5
No.
seconds
You
remaining.
let them get the bat
Radiant
and then you will
team
get the
pick Dire
Abaddon.
team
Okay, they
pick.
ban it. Go for the Rubik. That's nice. I don't like the Rubik and the Timbersaw that much in the lane because the Rubik does need a lot of experience and Timbersaw does want to be given a lot of experience. So in that regard, I'm
10
not the biggest of
seconds
fans, but it is a hero that can actually trade with the Enchantress
5
and come out
seconds
ahead.
remaining.
Not a lot of those in Dota. So Queasy, I guess Snapfire, probably the best one. You do need some heavy magical damage to deal with the Timbersaw. Snapfire Puck would be okay. Snapfire Ember, though they haven't played that one, but that's just because the Death Prophet was in the pool, so that's why the Ember was completely untouched. I would like to see it here from either side. Of course, depends on what Sigma.YNT pick up, but the Ember here does look pretty solid. You can dodge a lot of the things that the Disruptor does bring to the table. Then you get like Snapfire, as I mentioned, to be able to kill the Timbersaw. If you want to go that route. And then you will... or you could go off laner, mid laner, keep it hidden where this Monkey King will go. But I think that would be a bit too risky. I'd rather see a mid laner support here. I think that's the best way. You don't have the last pick either way. Just show your mid now. They're really taking their time. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Moneymakers, they haven't shown much. OD, okay. We haven't seen much of him, even though the hero is pretty powerful, has been banned out quite a lot. With the Meteor Hammer, he's actually quite tough to deal with. You have ways to stop his Meteor Hammer cast, but now with it only being 2 seconds, it's actually very hard to do. I guess the Glimpse is just a good spell for that. No physical damage on Moneymakers. Once you get the BKB, you're pretty much untouchable. The Queen of Pain being banned out means that you don't have big counters in the lane. Sniper is in the pool. Sniper would be big. And Moneymakers could put it in the mid lane versus the OD. It does do well against all of these heroes. There's a Snapfire. That one I like. Okay, they go for the puck. No surprise there. It's a good hero versus the OD. You can dodge the Meteor Hammer. You catch him. You get on top of him. but you don't bring any physical damage to the fray. And the OD is afraid of physical damage. So now they're going to be banning out the Ursa on Sigma.
10 seconds remaining.
Slark you don't ban out because you have an OD, so you're fine with it.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe you want to
Radiant
pick
team
an
back.
Ursa,
Dire team back.
right? And play this position for Monkey King, offlane Snapfire. Could be the case. Anti-mage gets removed. So they are thinking that it is going to be an offlane Snapfire. I would be okay with it.
10 seconds remaining.
No, something like a
5
tie doesn't
seconds
work too well
remaining.
against the Rubik Disruptor. Even the Timber Saw is a problem for you.
Radiant
What
team
else is
back.
there? Centaur. Ursa ban is really good. So they didn't want it. You could go for a tanky frontliner here, I guess. And then you...
10 seconds remaining.
So what would you
5
ban?
seconds
Centaur.
remaining.
Centaur is the best if you're banning out the offlaners here for Moneymakers. It really looks like the best pick here. Would lane well with the Snapfire. You have the burst damage potential. Would be solid. It's something that Kuropatic does play. Of course, he wasn't quite successful in the previous game, but that doesn't mean that he won't be able to be successful in this one. And Monkey King is already on the other side, one of the best matchups versus the Centaur. Pretty much everything else kind of loses or gets pushed back or whatever. So what's it gonna be? Moneymakers, they're taking their time. They have a ton of reserve to work with, so they're really not sure. And I'm not sure either.
Dire team pick.
Get rid of the Dragon Knight. Okay, yeah, makes sense. That's actually a pretty solid one, you know, to catch the puck. I guess the center wouldn't help you in catching the puck. And your heroes aren't really that great unless it's a pound of strike from the tree that he's not
10
expecting.
Radiant remaining pick.
Tiny. Position 4 Tiny, I think. Okay. So that's a little bit of a puck catch.
Choose your hero.
That's a good last pick. The thing is, you're going to be laning versus a Snapfire. Not that good of a last pick. You're laning versus a Snapfire. Oh no, it's an offlane Enchantress. Don't know what to make of this offlane Enchantress. It's actually solid. I'm gonna go for Sigma here. They have solid lanes. They have good magic damage. The OD can deal with everybody. Moneymakers, the thing they do have that the enemies don't have that much is the ability to push out the waves, but it's not like Sigma.YNT are crippled in that way. Everybody has something. So I'm gonna go for Sigma here, even though for me Moneymakers are still favorites. I think they could lose the laning stage here, and well, when you look at it, you have everything, right? Meteor Hammer, you can push down towers. You have team fight with Wukong's command and the Snapfire Kisses. You're gonna have initiation. Your lanes are very powerful. You can deal with the Naga Siren later on with the OD. He actually does a ton of damage to her with the pure and magical damage. I think they can actually get it, Sigma. Even though they haven't won a single series yet in the tournament, they're 0-3. And Moneymakers have been doing okay-ish. They're 1-1, but have won a game versus Namiga, so they definitely showed what they're capable of. Inconsistency has been their issue as well, so I'm gonna go for Sigma. I think they should be able to get this one. That aside, of course, if you're constantly pushing out the lanes, the enemies won't even be able to get themselves a fight. But we'll see how it unravels in the last game of the day here at Eastern European DPC Division 2. But before that, a word from EGB.
bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system, welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And we get ourselves into the last game of this series, the last game of the day, of the first day of the second week here in Eastern European DPC Division 2. We are going to have a pause again. There were some FPS issues earlier. They're going to be dealt with. Oh, I like that coin. A Steeler coin. That logo of MoneyMakers. It's actually pretty cool. So, the purple one in Ninja Turtles, that's Donatello. Not big of a thief. Not that big on money either. But yeah, Donatello coin. That's what we're going to call it. Looks cool. Dollar sign there. Awesome. So I didn't really see who put the pause. But it was MoneyMakers that had FPS issues. Yeah, but Klaxon was the problem here. He will reconnect and says go try. Hopefully there aren't gonna be any more issues here. This offlane Enchantress is gonna be cool to see. The problem I have with the offlane Enchantress in this game in particular is that you are dealing with a lot of magical and pure damage, right? So you will get a hood, but if you don't get a BKB, you're still gonna be able to get bursted down. So I'm curious to see how he does. I would have preferred maybe an offlane Snapfire, but I can understand why they went for this. They want to have kill potential on the Monkey King lane early on. And, well, Kuropatich is going to do okay versus the Naga, because you steal one illusion, you have the Tiny as well, and the Impetus does hurt. Looking at EGB, they do favor MoneyMakers. Again, they are the favorites for this series, but I still kind of believe in the Sigma.YNT lineup. I like it, right? You have these pseudo frontliners in the Enchantress and the OD. And then the Monkey King is behind him. You can't really commit all that easily into a fight because there's going to be a Wukong's command. The Enchantress Impetus and the Arcane Orb are going to be doing massive amounts of damage. I just think this lineup can work. It's a little bit out there, but it's fun. Klaxon. Dark Lord just gets revealed. He's going forward. He does have the Jingu stacks. Takes a solid amount of damage. Klaxon, he will secure himself a rune, but it will cost him half of his HP. The same will be true for the monkey. So Sigma, they get themselves two runes, and MoneyMakers will get themselves two as well. Our observer for the last time today will be able to track every single kill because he never misses it. He's always on point, guys. That's just how we are here at the Eastern European DPC. Always on point. Shout out to my colleagues as well, Rob, Trent, and Garrett. Of course, Trent and Garrett are gonna be joining us here for Division 2. They're the big boys, you know. Division 1 is their thing. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves just as much as we are here from production, giving you the good games here. So bottom lane is going to be interesting to see how it develops. It's not going to be easy here for the Naga. Kuropatich is constantly just going to be poking, and then when you're low, you use the mirror image, and instantly there's going to be an avalanche to just take it down. Klaxon still level 1. He went for the Timber Chain. It is not going to be a reactive armor for him, and he's being pushed back. Bignum doesn't want to give the Jingu stacks here, so he's going to be getting himself away, and Klaxon does get shot in the face. Both of them getting damage from that Scatter Blast is actually quite huge. Mid lane, for you versus Yegor. The puck should be okay in this matchup, but overall, the OD always comes out ahead. As you get more levels in Astral, it becomes tougher and tougher to play against him. Though, with the new addition to the Meteor Hammer, it being 2 seconds, people only go for 2 points in Astral. It's enough against the puck. You can't really time it. He's always going to be able to phase shift, so I'm curious to see what he's going to go for. I still think the Astral might be the better route, just because it does allow you to last it better versus the puck. You put him under, and well, then you easily last it. Lucas He's gonna have to walk into the tower there. He does have a lot of armor, but tanking the creeps plus the attacks from the enchantress, it will add up. Good Potish is more than happy to be getting these illusions here. That's extra 4 gold for everyone that he does secure for himself. But so far, we have a very, very slow start to the laning phase. No kills happening. Probably something can go down on the top lane, and it is going down on the top lane as Dark Lord is getting low. He doesn't have the mischief, but guess what? He does have a fairy fire, and that's gonna keep him alive. The Timber Saw, he didn't go for the reactive armor, so he wants to fight, wants to engage. And just thing I didn't mention here is the disruptor position 4. So they really came to this lane to murder, right? Once the Monkey King starts running away from the Timber Saw, you just send him back. Dark Lord is getting his boots out, already has the Orb of Venom, so we'll be able to run people down if he wants to, if that's how he wants to approach it. Klaxon level 3. Now we're gonna see if he does want to get the reactive armor at all, or is it gonna be all into damage onto this Monkey King. Once he gets to level 6, that's where the Monkey King suffers, so Dark Lord will probably want to apply some pressure before that does happen. Sigma, so far so good. Their lanes are going well. They're winning their safe lane. They're winning the mid lane. The margins aren't huge, and they probably aren't gonna be. But you never know. That safe lane especially could get out of hand very quickly if the Monkey King starts getting those Jingu stacks. Player. Fighting a support enchantress is one thing. A core enchantress with some items that allow her to right click heavier is different. It is gonna be bo3. Lucas is constantly low, even with 2 raid bans. The damage he's taking here under the tower, he has 15 armor. Doesn't matter, they're gonna pull the wave, so under the tower is not gonna be happening for him any longer. Still, even he has 12. It's quite a lot there with double raid band. Just too good of an item to pass on by, and you might even want to from time to time. So the lane in the bottom lane, a really good position. Van score dropping low, a couple of more hits. Not gonna be enough. Big Num doesn't have the spells, doesn't have the mana, doesn't have anything to finish off the Snapfire. And Dark Lord continuing to farm here quite effectively. He is ahead of the Timber Saw by quite a lot. To be honest, that's 500 gold. That's not to be underestimated. And we still haven't seen our first blood. Nobody even came close. I don't know, the top lane Van score was getting low, but yeah. It did survive. Player.
A prize.
Doing real big things on the bottom lane. He's actually farming quite well. If you compare him to the Timber Saw, he's having a grand time. Right? Maybe at some point he says, "Yo, boy, I'm the position 3 now. You are a underfarmed Timber Saw, a very, very underfarmed Timber Saw. Klaxon, you can't even get close." Maybe they can threaten the life of the Monkey King, but doesn't seem very likely currently. 6 minutes in, the best possible score, 0-0. We don't want blood, we don't want death. We want to show the world that Dota can be pacifistic. Oh, nice dodge there on the glimpse damage, but Dark Lord is still low. He needs to get those Jingle stacks. There they are in the boundless strike. You need to use those on creeps, my friend. He's going for the first blood, and no, ho, 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 Klaxon. What is that damage? Look at him. Ooh, like I destroyed these guys. They did bring down Big Num, but only after Klaxon killed both of them. The Monkey King isn't going to be getting any experience in this. Timber Saw that was struggling. Look at him now. Rubik, what were you saying? You were going to take my spot? Well, there's so many trees. There's so much. That meter hammer is going to be dropped up for you. He will decide against it. Especially with the Big Num TPing there. Okay, that kill, double kill on the Timber Saw, it can change the game completely. It literally can change the game completely there. And I'm so surprised that the Monkey King didn't use the Boundless Strike on creeps. I actually thought he was going to use it on the creeps and then it's going to be, oh, are they going to glyph? Are they not? And in the end, he just goes for the kill. He wanted the first blood. He wanted to die after he got him the kill. Didn't happen. The Whirling Death a little bit too strong. Now Timber Chain level 3. Once he gets level 6 on this Timber Saw, well, good luck, Dark Lord, and they're gonna go for him. Again, they're gonna start being annoying to the Monkey King. This is not looking good for Dark Lord, to be honest. He is still having more farm than Klaxon, pushing aggressively, but that level 6 is approaching. And look at how easily they take away his HP. Saf HP going in with Klaxon. Dark Lord has to be careful. And he has Van score, glimpse back. Look at that damage being done to him with the puck joining in on the fray. Yegor does secure himself a kill, getting himself closer and closer to that Witchblade. Meanwhile, Slayer on the bottom lane, they've already pushed out the Naga Siren. He sees that lane as not really an easy one to be in. So go and get himself into the jungle. Before that, he'll try to help in the mid lane a little bit. For You is getting gone on. They have the glimpse. Astral not going to be able to use it. There's the silence inside of the kinetic field. They have the cookie going forward. He does self Astral. Looks like he's going to be able to live. No. He will be tossed back inside of the coil. He turns around with a hammer. He's trying to fight. Lucas is dropping low, and Lucas might actually go down here. Slayer gets a double. Lucas is still alive, and Queasy cannot finish him off. And in the end, he might be the one that gets finished. They have the glimpse. He will be brought back into his death, and it is going to be MoneyMakers that overtake the mid lane by storm, bringing even the Naga Siren, who barely survives there, but barely is good enough here for the side of MoneyMakers. That's exactly what they needed. Kill the OD. Even with that, the 3 cores of Sigma are still doing well in this game, but their supports after that fight are not gonna be happy. Dark Lord also not happy now with the Chakram being available. That Monkey King is no longer the top dog on the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Of course, he's still there in terms of net worth. He's gonna be fine, but he will be pushed out of the lane fairly soon. Ropatic, speaking about pushing people out of lane, he has been doing it ever since the start. But Slayer is, doing a good job. As a support, you actually don't care. Leeching experience, that's good enough for you. If he does get caught. Oh, nice D-ward there from MoneyMakers. Everything is going their way in the past couple of minutes. Lucas found. He doesn't have his ulti. He skilled up the Riptide level 3, so just wants to maximize the farm. As that is happening, Kuropatic is farming. He's getting a ton of farm on this Enchantress. We'll see if it's gonna be an Aghanim Scepter for the Enchantress, but I think a hood is necessary. Like literally necessary in this game. If you don't get a hood, you're in trouble. He found the Rubik. Slayer will get the lift up onto the Tiny. The toss wasn't there, but now it's gonna be Kuropatic gets tossed away. Get away from me! Slayer, they will live there. Impetus just don't do enough damage. Lucas push himself aggressively. He has been a big part of these fights, just showing up. But that means that he isn't farming too well. He's saving his teammates, he's going for ganks, he's not getting kills while doing so. So his farm is gonna suffer. And again, the 3 cores of Sigma are topping the network chart. Monkey King not that much ahead of the Puck and the Timbersaw, so with just a couple of creeps they'll be able to do it. And both the Puck and the Timbersaw are very close to the other 2 as well. For You, both coming over, does have the Meteor Hammer. Sanity's Eclipse, needs 15 seconds for that. Klaxon, they saw him for a second and he's out. He hides in the trees. His old enemies are going to be keeping him alive, and they have just baited him in. No Meteor Hammer is going to be dropping. With the Slayer, he will. Static Storm is going to be used. Nowhere to go on this Monkey. He's standing on the edge of the kinetic field. Will be going down. For You, Astral in 5 seconds. Seems to be okay. As his ulti doesn't even need to drop it, and there it is. They get the kill onto the Timbersaw. That's gonna be 2, 3 heroes. That Kuropatic makes his presence known. And MoneyMakers, they just didn't have enough numbers this time around. Lucas wasn't part of that fight. The Sigma.YNT, they brought all 3 of their cores. The damage output from these 2 is insane, and the Sanity's Eclipse in the end wasn't even needed. Yeah. Well, will get broken. Vanscore is dead. DD on Yegor. He has the Witchblade as well. His damage output is a little bit too high for a Snapfire to survive. For You, his next item gonna be a BKB. No blinks, no Force Staffs, no Aghanim Scepters. Straight up BKB. You're dealing with a lot of magical damage, and well, Naga isn't really going to be doing all that much physical damage until later on in the game, so you're pretty much safe with that BKB once you do get it. For quite some time at that. The rune, where is it going to spawn? For You, waiting on it on the top lane, and he will get a region. He was already pretty full, but at least denying that one from Yegor, you're going to be happy with the outcome. A 1k gold lead for Sigma. They need to get some farm on their tiny. Blink Dagger is big. That's gonna be a level 2 Astral stolen by the Rubik. Not the biggest of deals, but the Astral is a nice spell for the Rubik overall. It's just not nice that it's level 2. You would want a bit of a higher one, but the OD just doesn't need it. Level 2 meteor with the new Meteor Hammer is quite enough. And mid lane tower, gone, denied, not gonna be happening. Puck a little bit too late. Even with the projectile speed there from the Witchblade, it doesn't get there in time. People tend to forget about that one. Your projectiles, your right clicks do fly out quicker. And now it's gonna be Sigma. Okay, someone is at their door. Oh, okay. Yegor, it's actually MoneyMakers. So he says, someone is ringing on my door. Can I go and answer it? Okay, and the admin does agree. So, they will say spasibo. That means thank you. So he will be allowed to open the door. Shell, he's back. So when ready, everybody's ready to continue fighting. Everybody's ready to continue playing. And that's exactly what is gonna happen right now as we get ourselves back into this decider, this best of 3 series. Sigma.YNT still with a slight lead. Farm distribution, they're also happy with that one. Lucas, dead. He even used his ulti there, but it doesn't help at all. They will get a couple of smooches onto him, and Vanskor secures the kill. That's a big kill for sure. He was the most farmed hero on their side now, but everybody is very close on the side of MoneyMakers. Kuropatic is going for a Dragonlance, so it's not gonna be a hood. Speaking of hoods, Timbersaw does have one. Against the pure damage, we'll see how much that helps you. He wants a Sange. That's a... I don't know if you go for a Sange and Kaya or a Halberd. Usually get a Kaya if you want it. Yeah. Chances you would like to have a hood now, wouldn't you? But there is an Astral to save him. Yeah, Glimpse sending the OD back. Kuropatic still alive. He has the Nature's Attendants to keep him safe. And the puck cannot finish him off. Klaxon now, he's the one that has to run away. Kuropatic running forward. Yegor is gonna be okay for now. So does get himself out. In the end, nobody dies. And Kuropatic, the initial target of the hate there, will be back up to full. Dark Lord. No more Boundless Strike. Lucas has to be somewhat careful here of the monkey, but it's actually his Rubik that is coming over, so the one that has to be careful is the monkey himself. He's gonna have a Battle Fury in no time. Like, what is it, 500 gold that is missing. He's gonna try to get that as fast as possible. It's not gonna be the fastest of Battle Furies, but he has the wand, he has the Power Treads, and the Orb of Venom, so, you know, a lot of these small items are there. So his farm is actually quite nice. Of course, you'd like to have the Battle Fury earlier, but your laning stage was against such a hero that you need the small items if you really want to be able to contest. Rubik with the Astral is going on to Dark Lord. He's being very annoying, and the Dark Lord will have to run with the coil being there. Wukong's command gonna be used, so the physical damage. It doesn't even need the physical damage with the Witchblade there. Yegor going for a TP out will be successful. No way you catch him in time, and the only way you would have been able to do it, maybe place a sentry on top of him. But other than that, the vision was never going to be there. Nice kill there onto the monkey. Beautifully set up by the Rubik. This is why the Astral is so good on him. You have better range. It's actually quite annoying, even if it's level 2. It's still okay. It's a great spell for a Rubik to have. And there's no animation. That's the big deal of the Rubik as well. Timber. See if it's gonna be a Halberd. I kinda think it should be. You're up against 2 range heroes who heavily rely on it, on right clicking. They don't buy MKBs. They don't get any status resistance, so it would be just perfect to be able to disarm him for 5 seconds. Monkey King, no, he just came back to the world of the living. He's dead again. He does have a Cookie Slayer, misses that one, but it doesn't matter. The Monkey is still gonna get absolutely destroyed. The Boundless Strike stolen, and Slayer, he takes the kill, quite deservingly so. The bonus with a glimpse is gonna be there, and the shots fired. Those were warning shots, but nobody cared, and they just finish off the Grandma as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The MoneyMakers, they're shifting here into a higher gear. They're starting to move forward, and Sigma.YNT, even with a good laning stage, they haven't been able to accomplish much.
has fallen.
Their OD and the Enchanters are strong, but they haven't been able to find a way to capitalize on it to catch any big heroes now for quite some time. And the Monkey King being caught twice, that's going to delay his Battle Fury timing by quite a lot. The Naga Siren now has a Manta, so that difference between the carries, they were kind of close to each other, and now the difference is almost 2,000 gold, just because the Monkey King has died twice, whilst the Naga Siren was farming pretty safely. And it is one of the fastest farmers in the game. Definitely the fastest farmer in this game. Maybe the Monkey King with the Battle Fury can help. Okay, that's a bit of a miscommunication. And Klaxon gets out. Ooh, Symphony of Fails for Sigma.YNT. That could have been perfect if they communicated properly. But guess what? They did not. They did not communicate properly, and Klaxon easily gets himself away. Imagine if that was Astral into a Meteor Hammer Avalanche toss, Klaxon dies. But, well, Queasy got a little bit out of himself, and, well, we saw the outcome. Klaxon hasn't gotten a single kill apart from that double kill at the start, so he's going for a Sanjin Kai, gonna be going for that damage build. We have seen Sanjin Kai into an Aghanim Scepter quite a lot, though this game he might decide to go for something like a BKB. I still think the Halberd is too good of an item to miss out on.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
MoneyMakers going forward for you. Has to be careful. The Glimpse, of course, he can dodge it with the Astral. Unless, of course, he buys a Shard, which hopefully he will not. Shard is kind of a debuff for playing against the Disruptor. Meteor Hammer drops. Big Num is dead. Queasy, Avalanche toss. Klaxon gets himself away. They have no chance of going for him. Puck actually goes in, does some damage, but Yegor has to be very careful here. It's going to be a coil just to keep himself alive, and the question is if even that is going to happen. He's going to have a blink in a couple of seconds, so Yegor should survive on paper, and it usually isn't worth it chasing a Puck, but they're coming over. Nice blink out just in time before the Avalanche disconnect, and that allows him to get into a safe position and potentially TP away, but for now he's not doing it. The Rubik has been found. Meteor Hammer not at the ready, but another hammer is Cookie. Oh, stolen Sanity's Eclipse. Really doesn't do that much damage. Both of these heroes do have a solid amount of intelligence, so Slayer wasn't really able to utilize that one properly. That's not far as a strength hero with a solid amount of intelligence and of course the HP, so you're never really gonna get that kill with just the Sanity's Eclipse.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Kuropatic is getting an Orchid. That's a Puck counter, and you need to be able to get it before he has anything to remove it. I guess Yules is probably going to be the item choice for him, or maybe he waits on a Lotus Orb from his teammates. Pucks very rarely go for a BKB. Very, very rarely. Dark Lord, he's thinking about a BKB Axe. That's going to be his item choice. BKB fine, but I'd rather see like a Maelstrom for him in this game. You're up against the Naga Siren. Yes, you do have ways of dealing with her, but it's a good Maelstrom game. Maybe some kind of damage. Not sure about the Axe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, when you think about it, extra stats is big, and you don't really have to be doing the damage in this game as a monkey. Yeah, that might be his idea. Get an Axe, it's somewhat of a damage item, somewhat of an objective taking item, but mostly it's something that tanks you up, and well, the Enchantress and the OD will be doing the killing. So this Lucas Naga, you need to be doing the killing onto her, because has a little bit too much in terms of farm right now. Orchid is done. Enchantress now is a danger to the Puck. Now they're actually going to be able to kill Yegor, which is a big deal. Killing the Naga Siren with that Orchid a little bit tougher. He has a Manta style, but we'll be thinking twice now about using it aggressively to push out the waves. You still have the mirror image, but obviously would like to use all the resources at your disposal. OD, oh, that's a late BKB. Bignum, he might actually live because of this one. Was stolen is the Astral, and for you just DPs himself away. Yep, a bit of a mistake from him. He could have popped that BKB immediately, gotten the kill, gotten out. He could have decided not to pop it, but in the end, he did the worst possible thing. He pops it after he gets sent back, and now Tiny goes for a kill. He misses on it, and then will be paying with his life because of it. He's gonna have his spells in 5 seconds. He's not gonna be alive to have his spells because he gets cut down by Klaxon. Oh, man, that's a pretty nasty saw. I can understand cutting through trees, but through stone? That's a bit tougher. Need a stronger tool for it, but Timbersaw seems to be a genius. Big technology there for him. He is a goblin. Monkey King is not going for a BKB. He wants that Aghanims. Dark Lord. Is that somewhat of a farming item as well? But Dark Lord, that's a bit greedy. See if it does pay off for him. MoneyMakers, they're dictating everything. Sigma.YNT, they just haven't been able to find those kills. They're gonna be going for a smoke right now. The Naga Siren could be on the menu. Let's see. It does have a sleep. He's chasing for you. Lucas. Without that sleep, he's actually in so much trouble. They're gonna send the Monkey King back. Glimmer Cape is gonna be protecting him. Big Num. Astral save from the Rubik. At least he's gonna be alive for a little bit longer, but ultimately he will fall. Those impetus shots, and they definitely hurt. But it is a small price to pay, considering that they were hunting for the Naga Siren. They only get a support. MoneyMakers, it's party time for them. You made money. Now it's time for a party. I'm just kidding, guys. If you lose one of your friends, partying is the last thing that you want to do. Done. Onto the OD. Does have a BKB. 8-second one. You don't want to be using it just like that. He's baiting Yegor a little bit in. Dodges the Astral, but the Glimmer Cape is going to keep him alive. Yegor might find something else. Astral will be keeping the puck away, not allowing his supports to die that easily, but there are other heroes that are going to chase. Another Astral does come through. Kuropatic. That's a little bit of a harder target. Yegor, he does have his Yule, so he is not really in that much of a trouble versus the Orchid any longer. And Kuropatic, this item of his, isn't really gonna be bringing too much to the table, to be honest. So he wants the Hurricane Pike and the BKB. Those items I do like. I did like the Orchid as well, but they just didn't play aggressive enough, it seems. Or they couldn't find the openings. That's true as well, but you need to be a little bit more consistent. Annoying.
I don't consider myself
Dark Lord. You start with the Primal Spring, you will die. There with the smoke, Lucas will make his presence known. And okay, Dark Lord knows. Now he knows. He's telling his teammates, they are here, they were hunting for my ass, and well, this king is not gonna die today. He does have that Aghanim Scepter, so that it does increase his farming potency, but still not as much as this Naga Siren teams, because Lucas, well, he's still uncontested in terms of farm, but quite a lot. 3,000 gold. He's ahead of everybody else. If you look at the other cores, they're pretty much all there. 500 gold plus minus. That's not really a huge deal. 3,000 on the other side. That's quite a lot. So he does want a BKB now. Silver Edge is also somewhere there on the menu. Fast onto the Timbersaw. TP out. Not gonna be happening. The Astral and the Avalanche. These two really don't like each other. And Klaxon this time around, the Meteor Hammer will be on his head, so he doesn't get the Timber Chain off. And these two just do way too much damage. They really need to be communicating better there on the OD and the Tiny. This is just unacceptable. Van score. He does have the Glimmer Cape. That's gonna keep him safe. Dust not gonna be connecting, and without it, well, there's not gonna be any kind of glimpse coming through. Yegor continues to push out the waves. I have to say, Sigma.YNT, they've been doing well in terms of pushing out the waves. They're keeping themselves in this one. And later portions of the game, Monkey King, OD, Enchantress, all three of these heroes are actually pretty solid at dealing with the Naga Siren.
Dire are scanning.
So they're buying time. They're buying time for themselves, Sigma.YNT. And we could have a really long game ahead of us. It doesn't seem like anything is breaking. No one is forcing down tier 2s. No one has heroes to push. This is gonna be a long one. No one even has a good rotating lineup. I guess the Naga Siren... Actually, they have good throws taken. Naga is not bad, and the OD is one of the best heroes. I tend to forget about the Arcane Orb, but that pure damage really does hurt Drosh. Heart on the Naga. Not the fastest of timings, but not bad either. We saw a 22-minute Heart Naga today with the same items. I don't think he had 2 raid bans, though. Maybe he had 1 still. It's a 4-minute difference. Is it Roche time? With the Heart, you're probably the strongest hero on the map right now. But the thing is that they're gonna have your illusion anyways on the Enchantress, so not gonna be too easy for Lucas. He's gonna be going for a Skadi versus the Enchantress and the OD. That does make sense, but Hex, I think Hex and finding the OD is actually quite big. Is it finally Roche time? Looks like it's gonna be Roche time. Sigma, they're not doing anything about it, and I'm not sure that they can't. I actually feel like they could do something about this one with the BKB on the OD. You can do a ton of damage, but you don't have a BKB on the Monkey. Tiny is coming from a weird angle. He's not gonna be coming in. The puck does reveal him, and that should be oh, nice dodge there onto the coil with the Force Staff. That probably saves his life. Mortimer's kisses into the pit, don't change anything. Naga takes some damage, but secures herself an Aegis. But still, the Monkey King with this kind of a build, and well, when you're in the Roche pit for a little bit longer, he does get a bit closer in terms of net worth. It's still 2.3k. But as time progresses, that is gonna matter less and less. And with the Monkey having a BKB, he's actually capable of fighting level 18 here on Dark Lord. Currently, it is a stalemate. It is a calm before the storm. The peace treaty will end fairly soon now, when both teams get their main items and are ready to fight. For now, peace will prevail in Dota, never for too long. Fights will come, death will come, and one team will have to get out ahead. Currently, nobody's coming out ahead. Naga Siren is ahead of the other heroes, but in terms of net worth, the 2 teams are identical at the moment. At bottom tower, gonna be taking some damage. Top tower as well. Well, actually, Lucas got the tower, and they used the glyph a little bit too late. So if the tower falls and you use the glyph immediately after it falls, it will still refresh. That is how it works, just because of the misclicks. But that means that you didn't buy yourself 7 seconds. They will still get the tower down on the bottom lane on the side of Sigma.YNT. So ultimately, it's not gonna matter all that much, but it still shows that they're not 100% focused on what's going on in the map. And now it didn't cost you, but the next time it could. Ascension Kai on the puck. Monkey King is gonna have his Crystallis in no time, so definitely gonna be doing a solid amount of damage. Titan Sliver being found. It's gonna be a nice one for the Naga Siren if she wants it, if it doesn't want to stay with the Paladin Sword. And I'd like to see that.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
It's a
tower
pretty
is
solid
under
item.
attack.
Considering that you go full on stats, the percentage based damage is better for you. Don't run off. That illusion is not going to be surviving for long. So Enchantress does want a Hurricane Pike, has the BKB. Then we're going to be seeing a Sproink from her. Let's see just how fast Kuropatich can farm all that. Sigma, they're getting together, they're dispersing, they're getting together, they're dispersing, and same is true for Moneymakers, who are using this first Aegis just for farm. They're gonna have it for another 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and Naga Siren is not sure how to engage the fight. I'm not sure either. I still feel like with these triple BKB that they killed the Naga Siren without any issues. There's gonna be a BKB on the Timber Saw. That's the first and possibly the last one on the side of Moneymakers. Naga Siren very rarely buys it. The pucks, they hate it. And Naga Siren decides to go for a butterfly. Okay, I like this better than the Skadi, because the right clicks are actually very, very important on you. He's gonna have to kill his own image. The one who can beat himself is the true champion. Kuropatich pops the BKB, but only after they go for him. And now he goes, you wanted me. And look at those impetus shots, how much they hurt. He's gonna slow down Lucas. Lucas is running away, but you need to run away faster, my friend. He's gonna get pushed back in. Now there's gonna be Wukong's man waiting for him. How does he escape? How does he get out of this one? There's gonna be a meteor falling on his head. He's surrounded by monkeys. will be dropping down. And now looking at Big Num, he's not going anywhere either. They have the vision necessary to finish him off, and that's going to be a double kill there for Dark Lord. That's a buyback from the Rubik as well. So 3 for 0, make it a 4 if you count the Aegis, and that's the highest net worth hero that does absolutely nothing. Nobody did anything on the side of Moneymakers, and they're the ones that started that fight, bringing the Enchantress in and quickly regretting their choices. You know, that chat wheel, the best one, I immediately regret my decision. Well, everybody on Moneymakers should use it right now, especially the Disruptor, who, in that fight, did most of the damage for his team, right? I mean, most. He did the most damage out of all the heroes. But still, if we compare the damage done from Moneymakers and the damage done from Sigma, it's a huge deal. Moneymakers, they had their timing with this Naga Siren being huge. Now, that's not the case any longer. That Butterfly, I feel like that's your kind of last timing, right? Once there's like a Monkey King bar, or even without it, you're in so much trouble on this Naga Siren. You're gonna be needing hexes on Moneymakers. That's how you win this one.
Сейчас поиграем.
Oh, that's a catastrophic spell for Slayer to steal. We could see it on his face that he's not happy. Lucas, he's focused, and you have to be focused when you're playing the Naga Siren, but how do you actually win this one? Poor kid, he didn't use it in this game. Just becoming harder and harder, and you're gonna have to be dealing with Dark Lord Silver Edge. I mean, breaking the Timber Saw, that's not the biggest of deal. The biggest thing is that this thing does give you a lot of damage, and positioning is a very big thing for the Monkey King. If he can get himself into a good position, a good Wukong command pretty much wins you the fight. Kuropatic, he's gonna have enough for the Hurricane Pike if he wants it. But Sigma, they want to fight. And understandably so. They're stronger. They are much stronger than their enemies at the moment. They want to utilize this. And I don't know if this changes in the game. Maybe a Timber Saw with an Aghanim Scepter burst is a big deal. Slayer on the strike. He actually lifts up the Monkey King, but it doesn't matter. Still can be going down the Boulder Strike. That's correct. That's the Naga caught inside of the Wukong's man. He wants to run. He wants to escape. He wants to live. They're going to be dropping the hammer onto him. And they don't have their BKBs any longer. Maybe he can get his ulti off. Lucas, he's still alive. That Astral maybe shouldn't have come through. They're trying to finish him off. The Boulder Strike again. It's coming off cooldown. Is he going to be able to say no? There's a Hex again. But the Butterfly is keeping alive, not for long. Vanscore finally gets a shot on him and finishes the job. And he will bring down for you those BKBs being lower in duration. This is going to allow the Timber Saw to do a little bit more, but in the end, your Naga still did fall. But it's going to be a 2-for-2 fight. So overall, around the board, equal, even a little bit in favor of Moneymakers if you look at the gold exchange, just because the Tiny did buy back there. The Timber Saw dealing the most damage. Naga Siren, he's pretty much a tank. He's the one that's going to be taking all the hate. But the other two are here to finish people off. Puck and the Timber Saw, they do a ton of damage. They're going to have their hexes. And those are some things that can change the game for the better. For Moneymakers, of course. Not for Sigma.YNT or their fans. That Astral on the Naga, it actually cost them so much. They were so afraid of him singing a song. Tiny's level 16. Queasy is quite high in levels. Wants to get a Yules. Okay. Enchantress, MKB. Okay. Kuropatic. He is done with your shenanigans. He doesn't want to miss, and he will not. And the Enchantress does benefit from this item quite a lot because of the attack speed as well. Oof. Oh boy, is he gonna be hurting you.
Radiant are scanning.
But are not far off.
This Enchantress is a beast. A big beast. Still wants to go for an Aghanim Scepter, destroying with a MKB. Imagine those procs, just how much damage they can do in an AoE fashion inside of a fight. The Monkey King, he wants his bar. Doesn't want the Boundless Strike to be the only thing that he cannot miss with. But they are itemizing properly versus the Naga. Still, are you gonna be able to deal with the Timber and the Puck? Those hexes could be huge. OD. That's his has his Hex, and he's sporting an Enchanted Quiver, so that first hit from the OD, it actually hurts. If you guys didn't know, the Arcane Orb hits the right click from the OD if it's flying towards someone, and the OD astrals them, the Arcane Orb does hit as well. So you could jump in on someone, hit, instant astral, and it's going to be so much damage because of the Enchanted Quiver. He wants to get a refresher. That's going to be a huge one for him, especially because of the BKB. But double Hex, double Sanity's Eclipse. I don't know who survives through that, to be honest. Roche up in a minute. That's something that both teams are waiting for. Timbersaw, his Hex is done. That is a huge deal for his entire team. Rubik did go for the Stolen Spells cooldown reduction. That's big. MKB on the Monkey King as well. Both him and the Enchantress won't be caring about a butterfly any longer. He's ahead of the Naga Siren farm. That wasn't the case for the majority of the game, but now he is, and he's stacked. He's 6 slotted. If he wants to replace the boots, he can. 5 onto 5, man. Smoke here. There's gonna be a fight. Yegor has an A on this, so even that sign is gonna be fine. That's a stolen astral from the Rubik. It's gonna be keeping him safe. He just moves himself away. The Powder Strike from Wukong's man. He has found him, but Dark Lord is gonna find out that they're gonna be escaping him fairly soon. Klaxon with the BKB. Can he escape? The answer is probably no. He's doing his best. He's getting himself away. Impetus bomb. Not gonna be enough. He's alive. The toss in, and in the end, they only lose the Rubik. And, I mean, Van Score, you're gonna pay for that. So it does bring him down, but he found the Naga. The BKB gotta be used the Powder Strike. Where's the vision? They need the vision. There's the sentry onto the ground. The ulti from the Disruptor, not gonna be stopping it. They still had their BKBs when it came out. The buyback from the Naga is now or never. They don't have their BKBs. Lucas wants to fight. He has the song going for Kuropatich. That's not going to be an easy clip. Lips comes out onto the Monkey, and they're going to be destroying him in a second. Of Kuropatich, he still has his BKB. He still wants to fight. Without the mana, he cannot do the damage necessary. Guess who doesn't have mana either? It's Squeezy. TP out from Kuropatich is going to be successful. No! The song comes out, and now you're going to hear me sing. And I'm going to be singing a song of death like the Undying. That sounds quite nice there, but this piggy will get cut down into pieces. And they're gonna be eating pork. Pork or veal or deer, whatever. Moneymakers. They're just gonna have a nice feast. It does cost them a carry buyback. They bring down only 3 heroes. Not the biggest of wins there for them, but getting the Roche is definitely a huge one. There's gonna be a shard as well. We'll see who actually gets it. Is it gonna be a Timbersaw? Siren, the better Riptide. That's something that you want. I think the Flamethrower is better. Yep. That definitely is. They're still behind in terms of gold, but Roche is a big deal. Having the Aegis on the Naga Siren is actually a huge thing, and with this Flamethrower, cosplaying Gil on Max there on Klaxon, they will be able to bring the towers down easily. Or at least easier. Now, in terms of structural damage, Moneymakers are ahead. The teams were even in that regard for a very long time. The towers haven't been touched, but one big fight can usually lead to one team or the other getting some structural damage done. Puck has the Octarine Core now, and on this he has everything.
Regeneration.
Lucas? Level 20. He buys a BKB. Okay, he needs it. Really, Impetus and the Arcane Orb, they hurt a little bit too much, so you need it. Still, the Monkey King is a problem for you, and he's approaching level 25. So those 4 stats to get it out of the Wukong's command, well, it's not gonna be so easy. Oh, look at that jump. He has a ninja gear, so this is a ninja Monkey King. He's gonna be more agile than he was beforehand. He's gonna be jumping into the backlines there. The Puck does find him. Nice coil. Gonna be coming out. He's not level 25, but he get the Hex onto the Monkey King. Will break the coil, and with the Astral, will save him for now. Yeah. Enchantress is gonna be caught. Silent Stuff doesn't want to use the BKB just yet, and doesn't need to. He's not being touched. He can't do enough damage to Kuropatich. He'll be surviving through the solve. The best way to deal with Kuropatich is survive through his Impetus. Is just get close to him and force him to use all of his mana. Because it's very hard to kill him. But that's the last auto tower gone. That's big. Of course, Sigma.YNT, they don't really need that one anymore to force out the fight. They do have Blink on the OD, Blink Hex, that is a great initiation. You don't really have to have good vision for it. Either way though. Naga still staying with the Titan Sliver. Doesn't support that Orchid any longer. Does favor the Aegis, of course, over that one. Dark Lord, level 25. There's the added Wukong's command ring. That is a huge deal now. Escaping from it, not gonna be easy. Puck, once he gets to level 25, and with this Timeless Relic, is gonna be a problem. People might not know. Extra magic damage, extra duration on the spells, quite a lot as well. 20%, 25 I think. That's a lot. 20. Okay, so 20% debuff duration and 15 spell damage. Yeah, 25 would have been, but it's 2015. Aegis still up for 2 minutes. We're gonna have a long game here, I think. A long and an epic game. There's very low chances of this one ending soon, because none of the teams wants to go super aggressive. There's gonna be some buybacks in play and stuff like that. Yegor seems to be having some issues. FPS has been an issue for them for this series. Lag, FPS, ping, everything. So hopefully the reconnect does help there. Maybe he's gonna be needing to restart Dota. Kuropatic, he loves winning, and hopefully he doesn't continue spamming that one out. If he does, hoping that the observer will just mute him. Okay, they're asking to go to the toilet. No, you cannot go to the toilet. It is not allowed. You will stay there, and you guys know that when training for special forces, if you get to be a sniper, the part of your training is to stay 24 hours awake and just cover a certain area, and then they would let go of your target. Sometimes they let it go in an hour, sometimes it's there for 24 hours. So you kind of wear a diaper, and then if you have to go, you go in the diaper there, because you cannot lose your target, right? That's the part of your training. I'm not sure if that's with every special forces, but some of the ones, at least in my country, I'm guessing it's been more rigorous in some other countries that have bigger armies and stuff like that. It's a thing. So imagine that one. So Dota players, they're gonna have to adjust as well. You want to be a Dota player? Well, you better train like a freaking special unit sniper. That's the rules of the DPC for you. You have to be on camera constantly. The admins can make exceptions sometimes. If there's someone on your door, maybe there's an emergency. But going to the bathroom, you can hold it. You're old enough. You're not a kid. Sigma, go for a smoke. They're getting out of the base. They have a gem, so they can devour that ward there on the cliff if they want to. But for now, they're searching for a fight. Nagasarn is in a very aggressive position. He does have an Aegis, but well, it was already shown in this game that they can kill him twice. You kill him once, and then there's a Wukong's command waiting for him. Those monkey warriors will rip him to shreds. Just sending the illusions, going forward. They want to fight. Kuropatic, he takes one. That one's mine. Rest of MoneyMakers, they're coming over. The ward will get taken down, but they're coming into the triangle. They want to fight. Lucas leading the charge. Kuropatic standing his ground. That's not the easiest target to kill. BKB being forced onto 4U. That's a big one. They're going to be turning around onto the timber, so he has the Ascetic Cap, and that will allow him to get out of that hex faster. The sleep is going to come through for the heroes. Has been caught. Rubik dropping low. And he is still alive. He did get himself out of that fight. Now going onto the timber, so he doesn't have the BKB any longer, so the will hurt. Static Storm will get use, but it's only going to be Vansquare that dies to it. Kuropatic, he still has his BKB. He's fighting, he pushes away Lucas there. The neutral item, and here comes the shots. That's going to be a lot of damage. Jaegor, the backlines has been caught by the Tiny. He goes for the Yules. It's going to be fine. Silence of the Dark Lord, but he still has the BKB there. He's going to try to stand his ground and fight, and he actually does win versus the Naga Siren. And Orchid does not bring him down. He'll be fine. Jaegor, the lone survivor of his team. The Avalanche will not catch him, and he will survive. The level 25 puck is a pretty hard target to catch. But that's going to be a big team fight in favor of Sigma.YNT. They only buy back the Tiny, and they win it convincingly, destroying 4. There's an Aghanims on the Timber. I'm quite surprised that they aren't putting the Aghanims on this Disruptor, because you have a Naga Siren. If you get like a blink on the Naga, you find 3-4 heroes together, you get the Static Storm, it's over. The fight is just done immediately. There's absolutely nothing that the enemies will be able to do about it. Now they are not going for it. Monkey King, look at that damage. He did 10,000 damage, and it's 7,000 on the Naga. But the Timbersaw really dropped the ball in this fight. I guess getting caught at the start, and even with the Ascetic's cap, that Hex lasts a long time. You know, 60% of 3.5 seconds is still 2 seconds of Hex. A lot of things were used there, but hopefully we do get that removed so that we can see this push as they're going for it. There's no buyback on the Naga. Dark Lord is going to be silenced up. The puck being a little bit annoying. We'll be fine. Peter Hammer is going to start to drop. There's a double chakram. They send Dark Lord back. He's running into the chakrams. He doesn't care. His skin is thick. Not going to be cut down so easily. Doesn't have any kind of way to lifesteal back on Dark Lord, so he's gonna have to get himself away. He's working towards the Arcane Blink, and that's something that you see from Monkey Kings, just because once you jump in, you instantly stun and use the Wukong's Command. There's absolutely no way someone can respond to it. The Wukong's Command comes out instantly with the Arcane Blink. But what is he gonna replace it with? I guess he swallows the Aghanims when the time comes. Makes sense. Find the Trickster's Cloak, but I think he's still gonna be staying with the Ninja Gear. So, any 25s coming out? Kuropatic, not there just yet. For you, not there just yet. So for the Enchantress, it's the bigger damage on the Impetus. Right? That should be the case. So you have Nature's Attendance, better heal, and 6.5% more on Impetus, so he's gonna be going for that one. For the OD, what does he get on level 25? So you have the Arcane Orb damage or minus 60 seconds Sanity's Eclipse cooldown. That's gonna be an interesting one to see. Timbersaw will probably go for the Timber Chain. No reason to go for the Whirling Death stats takeaway, because you're not playing against strength heroes. Other than the supports, nobody has it. Naga Siren, you already have the extra illusion. What is he gonna get on level 25? We'll see.
Wait up.
It is shaping up to be a long and cool game. So he has minus 7 Riptide armor, or minus 10 seconds mirror image cooldown. I guess you go with the mirror image cooldown just to be able to deal with the waves a little bit more efficiently. But Sigma.YNT now going forward. Queasy jumps into the pit. A little bit ballsy there. He does have a Force Staff and the Yules, so should be able to keep himself alive, especially the Havoc Hammer. He can push the enemies away if need be. It is going to be the Trickster's Cloak onto the Enchantress, so this hero even harder to kill now. The evasion, the magic resistance, it is definitely going to be making a difference in a fight. Flicker on the Rubik. Easy coming over, he has been found. He does have a Yules, he's going to be needing to use that one first. The Force Staff, the Yules is going to be coming right now, but he's still under the Under the coil will be taken down, doesn't have a buyback. That is a huge one. He cannot come into the fight. The BKB on the Monkey King does use it. Wukong's man threatening with it, but will not go with it as well. Lucas pops his BKB. Yekor moves the silence with the A on this, so we'll be fine. At the end, it's going to be a 1-4-0, but the BKB of the Monkey King is a big deal. BKB of the Naga Siren is huge as well, but he doesn't necessarily need it to fight, whereas the Monkey King does. Stolen Avalanche, also a huge spell for the Rubik. The big one, and there's the enchant. It's gonna be saved by 4U. Still keeping him alive. Does have the BKB if he needs to use it, and he will. The cookie will be fed to him. Coming with the puck, you have to be careful. Those Monkey Warriors, they do hurt. Roche not gonna be up in for 25 seconds, so Moneymakers, they could be able to take this one. The coil, they're gonna have it in no time, and really nothing is gonna be missing on their side apart from the BKBs. They have everything. Sigma.YNT, they're missing on the BKBs as well. Enchantress, Aghanim Scepter, he does have the money. Does he have the money for the buyback and the Aghanim Scepter? Well, that is a different question. Gem was taken by Moneymakers. That is also a big thing, and now straight into the pit. Double Chakram, they can deal with this one pretty easily. He did sell the Orchid, so didn't want to go for the Bloodthorn on the Naga. What's the Hex? That one I like. That's the right one for sure. Aghanim Scepter, who gets it? Does the Naga pick up the Axe? No, they give it to Bikram. I like this one, so he's gonna be able to catch the enemies. That was the third Roche. It's only the cheese. There's not gonna be a refresher on top of that Aghanim Scepter as well. But still, now you start off the fight with the song. I would even buy a blink. There it is. The Swift Blink does come out. This is going to be a problem for Sigma.YNT. Your BKBs might not do anything inside of a fight. They do have buybacks. That is a huge deal. On 4 of their heroes, the only one missing one is going to be the Tiny. Nice jumps from the Monkey King. He's just jumping everywhere. What's the other talent for the Monkey King? You almost never see it. Used to be that 0 seconds Mischief. Okay, 0 cooldown Primal Spring. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. He's gonna have +2 Jingle Mastery charges once he's level 25. Not a big deal at all. Enchantress almost level 25, so those impetuses, they're gonna hurt, and he does have the Sproink. Okay. There's the level 25. So the impetus damage, it is gonna be there. It does go for it. This is gonna hurt. Some really big items, really big spells, but the biggest one is the Aghanims on Bignum. Lucas, can you find the opening for a Blink Sleep? Can you do it? If there's multiple heroes together, that's gonna be a disaster for Sigma.YNT. But if the OD is out, then he can save his buddies, and that will probably be the biggest things you can do. And also with the Astral, you can pop the BKB even if you're inside of the Static Storm, but it will pretty much expire during the 4 seconds. Level 25 on the Timber Saw. Level 25 on the Naga Siren. He went for the right talent. That's the Mirror Image cooldown. I like it. Get those Spore Illusions. Kuropati just deals with them so easily, even without using his impetus. Oh, look at that. Jump in onto him. Enchantress, the Lotus Orb. Rubik has to lift himself, has the blink out, so Slayer will be fine. But the tension is so big here. No one really confident enough to go forward. But of course, the Aegis and the cheese advantage on the side of Moneymakers. 4,000 gold lead, which 53 minutes into the game does mean nothing. Moneymakers invading the triangle. OD, that'll be the perfect hero to catch. And there's the sleep. Where's the Static Storm? It's gonna be there. Nothing you can do to save him. He is dead. He is gone. We'll be going down to 7 buyback. Doesn't want to use it just yet. Tiny has been caught inside of the coil as well. He is gone too. Kuropati trying to do some damage, doing as much as he can. Queasy's still alive, not for long. Yegor will run in now. He's beyond godlike. They're trying to fight the Enchantress, but they can't. They're just way too strong. Buybacks will come out from Sigma. They want to fight. They're looking towards the Timber Saw, but the Stolen Astral, he'll be able to get himself away. Still has the cheese, so not that easy to bring down. Gets himself away. Klaxon gets the Hex out. He's still baiting. Come for me, but oh, the Hex comes out. You made a mistake. You will be going down. You don't want to use the cheese. You die. So that's gonna be a kill for Sigma.YNT. Moneymakers now, they have to get themselves away. Still, they did force out 2 buybacks. Next time around, they killed this OD. The game might just be over. gonna have their spells in no time, but the Rubik is not gonna have his life. He does have a buyback, fortunately. But Moneymakers, that's gonna be a big deal here, because once these heroes are up, they're not really gonna be having the Aegis any longer. Dark Lord chasing for something. Can he find anything more? Level 28 on the Monkey King, still not level 29. He's riding his trusty Nimbus there. Goku. Oh no. It's all about this Arcana inspired by the Super Saiyans. He goes yellow when he's at his strongest.
Dire's current
So, you know,
has been
Saiyans, so Goku was inspired by Son Wukong, who is the Monkey King. Dark Lord sent back. Still going forward. They want to force out these buybacks, equalize the situation. Glyph is still available, but they're gonna only use it now. These Monkey Warriors, they do push pretty fast, so these 7 seconds, the second they pass, it is gonna be over for your Axis. You're not gonna have any more Glyph refreshes if you're Moneymakers, but the damage has already been done. The first Axis fall 54 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, but it is still not over. Moneymakers, they're in a better position in terms of buybacks, and that is the thing that matters most at this moment. And I would like this OD to have an Aghanim Scepter. The double Astral is a big deal. Monkey King with a DD. He wants to find a fight. This would be perfect for him. Imagine how much damage he would be able to do. Akers in the smoke. They want to fight. They want to get that sleep onto multiple heroes. Jumping in on Kuropatish. He doesn't care. The Lotus Orb will protect him. He'll be fine. Makers. They're trying to find an angle through the mid lane. They're a little bit too far away from each other.
are scanning.
Lucas and Big Nam, they're the ones leading the charge. Out of Sigma, they don't want to be together too much. They found the Tiny. Dual Scepter will keep him safe for now. Has the Force Staff, cannot get out of the kinetic field all that easy. But there's the sleep. They got a couple of heroes. They want the OD. They need the Disruptor to get there, but he can't. He can't get there in time. The sleep is not going to be good enough. And the Static Storm, it catches absolutely no one. It's a disaster. Now it's time for Sigma.YNT to go forward, but they lost the Tiny. It's going to be a lot of damage. Lucas taking a lot of it as well. Mortimer's skin is going to be coming through. They want to kiss him. It looks pretty beautiful. The Hex onto the OD, but he's going to be fine. Gets out of it and now turns around onto the Timbersaw. Finally, he's going to be using that cheese. Gets himself away. It's still a 4 versus 5 because the Tiny had time. But the Monkey King has been caught. He's gone. Yegor, he's going to be getting a double kill in that fight. He's just destroying everyone. Sigma, they have to run. Big Nam has no vision and Lucas doesn't get her in time. The gem was on the Rubik. He wasn't in the vicinity to give the vision on that one. This is 2 heroes dead, one of which does not have buyback. So Moneymakers, they can continue going forward. No reason to stop. Their spells are going to be back off cooldown in no time. Monkey King might need to buy back here. Moneymakers definitely in a better position than their opponents. Want to end this one as fast as possible if they can right now. Jump in from the pocket to the backlines. Vanscope protects himself with the Glimmer Cape. He'll be okay. Kuropatish doing as much as he can. These impetuses, they hurt. The Nagasarn is tanky enough to survive through it. Player jumps in. That's going to be a call used onto the Kuropatish Enchantress. He doesn't care. He's just standing his ground. They can't do anything to him. Jump into the backlines there. The overwhelming blink hurts. On these impetuses, they might hurt even more. Glyph comes out from Sigma.YNT. This is going to be their first tier 3 that dies, so they want to be able to refresh that Glyph. Really, no reason not to use it at that point. Moneymakers, are they even gonna go for the tower? For now, it seems like it's not gonna be an option. Kuropatish defends it with everything he's got, and he's got a lot of it. 5 items on the Enchantress, 8,000 gold. What's gonna be his next item? Is it gonna be a Bloodthorn? We're gonna find out. He does have the boots there, so that's the thing that he can upgrade. Maybe ED Aghanims get a Hex. That'll be a big deal as well, or a Moon Shard. Be huge too. Timbersaw now has the refresher as well, so double BKB, double Hex for him as well. Of course, the Chakrams flying outright one after another is a huge thing as well. The Monkey King buyback wasn't forced out, and that's the most important thing for Sigma. Player did steal the toss. The Bloodthorn is ready. Kuropatish does so much damage. Don't get on this guy's bad side. Just don't do it.
Where are you going?
They did give the ninja gear to the Tiny. He's the one that can toss them back. They're gonna have their buyback soon back on Sigma.YNT. So we're probably gonna be seeing the tier 5 items. I think this is gonna be the longest game that we've had so far. in the Eastern European DPC Division 2. Definitely the longest one I've casted. Yeah, I think it's the longest one. I went through all of the games. And, no 60 minutes ones just yet. 53 minutes was the longest one. Yeah, this is 53 minutes. There were 2 games that were 53 minutes, and that's about it. So this is the longest one. And it seems like we're going to be seeing tier 5 items. Moneymakers, they do have more gold, but gold doesn't matter right now. It's all about buybacks. And in 2 minutes, Sigma.YNT, they're going to have theirs. OD, missing on the money a little bit, but we'll have it. Monkey King, bringing out the shard. We'll see how good he is at using that one. Tiny has been caught, doesn't have a buyback for 1 minute and 39, and he's dead. That Hex coming into play. Yegor, he gets the kill. This puck is really doing some god's work here for Moneymakers. He's chasing for more. Can he find Dark Lord? No, he's out. The TP from the Monkey has come out. Yegor, he has the Revenant's Brooch, and he's gonna be getting the E-Blade as well. That's gonna be a ton of damage. Who gets caught by that one is gonna get completely and utterly annihilated. Oh, Midas for the Naga, so he wants to be farming those tier 5 items with the Midas. Every single time you're gonna be securing that the item does drop. And I'm guessing, you know, you feel that this game could go later as well. So let's see, that's gonna be Mirror Shield. That's big. That is huge. Do you give it to the Puck? Yeah, Puck is now, I mean, he's untouchable, right? Mirror Shield, that's Lotus Orb, and the Lincoln Sphere in one. Desolator comes out as well. Is he gonna be staying with that one on the Naga? Yep, with the Riptide and the Deso. That's gonna be a lot of it. Pirate Hat on the Monkey King. The attack speed, that's for the Enchantress. That's 100% for the Enchantress. My King, don't use it. Just send it back. Jumping through the trees. Roche will be taking it as the 4th Roche, so he's gonna be having everything. Aghanim Scepter this time around. Could go for the Puck. That silence is quite nice. Might allow you to break the coil, but Naga's Iron Axe is actually quite good as well. Rubik, I doubted they give it to him. But their Aghanim Scepter is actually quite strong. Fallen Sky for the Timber Saw. I'm guessing he wants to stay with that one. Yep, does make sense for the hero quite a lot. Coming from the sky. Lucas, he takes the Aegis. The cheese goes onto the Rubik. Aghanims onto the Puck. Okay, so they don't want to have the BKB piercing disable on Lucas. Okay, with that. Seer Stone. You give that to the Puck? No, you give that to the Rubik. So he's gonna be lifting people from, I don't know, like from the entirety of the map. It's not even fair just how much of a range Rubik is gonna have. I can't believe that Monkey King is the one that's staying with the Pirate Hat. Just give it to the Enchantress, my friend. That's the hero that should be using it. This is the thing, they don't have all of their tier 5 items, whereas their opponents, they do. Monkey King, he's digging for some money. Oh, look at it, only the Pirate Hat. The other side, they have everything, and that is a big deal. A big deal for sure.
Howdy.
Gonna be needing some time to farm those, but getting into the jungle without any vision, without gem on your side, it's a little bit too tough. He does have that Arcane Blink. He went for the Midas himself. Wants to be able to farm it. There's the Mirror Shield. That's a good one for him. That's a good one for the OD. The Book of Shadows will be found as well. All it to protect yourself. To use it on some enemies is a waste. But Book of Shadows is just not a great item in this game. You're untargetable, but you're still in trouble. Buck is approaching level 25, so the rapid shots are gonna be there. Imagine if he buys a rapier. It's gonna be ratatatata onto everybody. Magasiren is still using the Witchbane over the Deso. For Van Score, he does have the Books of Shadow, but again, it doesn't help you that much against what these guys have. He's gonna be using a refresher on the Timber Saw. There is a buyback. Actually, no buyback. He needs 100 gold, and the Tiny will get caught. Luckily for him, he does have money for it. But look at the Wukong Man. It's huge inside of it. Now the Nagasara needs to escape, but how? How? There's so many Monkey Warriors actually Sigma, they don't want to fight. With the buyback on the Timber Saw, they don't want to be engaging into this one any longer. They're going to have the Wukong's command in 60 seconds. The sleep does come through, and there's the Monkey King. Does have a buyback. The support's buyback right now. They want to be a part of the fight, but they're going on to the OD. That's the big one. That's the Aeon. That's not going to help. He immediately gets first off in the Soulless side. It is Eclipse. He's dead. He does have a buyback. Everybody's using them on Sigma.YNT. They want to fight. Fortune's Kiss is coming through, but everybody's running away. Kuropatic going forward, and he will be sent back. They can't kill the puck. He's just way too elusive to be caught. The Monkey King is chasing, but Yegor is already away. You don't see him. He is out. They lose nothing on the side of Moneymakers, and they force out so many buybacks on the side of Sigma. Actually, they did use the buyback on the Timber Saw, so at least that's something. Disruptor here's the one with the Seer Stone. It's not the Rubik that's with it, and he's gonna have an A on this. So good luck killing this guy before the fight starts. He's gonna be needing some nullifiers.
Middle barracks are under attack.
That Static Storm taking away the A on disc as well. Apex, that's the one for the monkey. Just give the. I can't believe that he's not giving the pirate hat to the Enchantress. She does benefit the most out of the attack speed. The Monkey King not so much. He would do so much better with Apex because his Monkey Warriors would be getting the extra damage. So it's gonna be the Enchantress with the Apex. I'm not satisfied. I don't like this, how they are using their items. Apex is an agility heroes item. And Pirate Hat, it is an Enchantress item. Literally an Enchantress item. You get the extra attack speed and you just destroy them with impetuses. The right click from the monkey there, that's fine, but it's his Wukong's command that actually does damage. I still haven't lost a single Rax here on the side of Sigma. They've taken those mid lane Raxes from Moneymakers. Still in this game. Next Josh can be up in 3.5 minutes. None of the teams want to commit all that much. Moneymakers getting smoked on. Sigma coming out of their base. They want to fight. Yegor, he is fully stacked. He's the one with the Fallen Sky right now. Not even using the Octarine Core. That's how confident he feels here. That's not easy to make a decision what you want to use with what you want to fight. Monkey King level 30. So he can just primal spring everywhere he wants. It's jump out in, jump out. Yegor is going to be jumping in. Monkey King has been caught. Goodbye. Does have a buyback. Will be using it for you. Running away. He doesn't have one. His mirror shield will get broken. And that's a Nagas Iron dropping low. Lucas has to get out of this one. That's not going to be happening. Inside the Wukong's command. You're dead. Going forward with Enchantress. Still sound stuff, so this aren't going to be there. Bang. Score survives. Slayer doesn't seem like he will. And here comes a creep there. He will burn inside of that fire from the snap fire. The puck, Yegor, he needs to run. He still has the Aeon Disc. He is not an easy guy to kill. They break through the Aeon Disc. Where's he gonna go? No Blink Dagger on him for a couple of seconds. Yegor goes onto the other side. He has the Fallen Sky going for a TP away, and the cookie will not connect. He is out 2 seconds because the Boots of Travel 2. He is just out. I don't consider myself the best player. I'm so good. Interesting. Yeah, I like the sequence of the chat rules there. Just you know, you're unsure. You're unsure if you're the best player, but that's very interesting to some people. He is level 30 on the puck, so the rapid fire is gonna be coming through. Yegor, is he gonna get a damage item? Is he gonna get a Daedalus? He probably doesn't know what to do with his money, what to do with his items. This game is getting a little bit out of control.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So finally, the last outer tower for Moneymakers, it is gone. No longer part of this game. Next Josh in 1.5 minutes, and the time is passing so slowly because it's tense. It's so tense here between the teams. It's big. Chapter, what does he get on level 25? So he gets Static Storm AoE, or minus 12 seconds on the glimpse. 12 seconds on the glyph would be cool to just poke onto the mirror shield, but the Static Storm AoEs, it's huge. It's actually huge. Plus 200 is too much. Siren gets smoked up right now, not using the Desolator. He's still staying with the Witchbane, wants to be able to remove those Aeon Discs, and that is actually quite important. But Lucas, He pretty much doesn't have 2 items, right? Because you saw what they did to him. I mean, boots and the blink. Now the sleep gonna be coming through. Backlines, he only finds the Tiny. Tiny does not have a buyback, so it's a good hero to kill if they want to. But they will decide not to go for it at all. Lucas has to run away. Those impetuses otherwise will hurt him. Kuropatic is just in the faces of the enemies. This level 29 Enchantress is a little bit too much to handle. He wants to eat the Aghanim Scepter, get the Blessing, and we'll see what's going to be his item there. Staying with the Force Boots. Okay, now I understand why he's not sporting the Spire Hat. He does have a Moon Shard eaten. It's very hard to follow all of the items right now. Rubik wants the Aghanim Scepter, but he's probably going to be getting that one from the Roche. And there's going to be a pause. Probably there's lags. Yep. So Dota needs a refresh there. Vanscore will be coming back into the game as soon as possible. Whoever needed to go to the bathroom in these teams, well, we're going to be needing cleanup on aisle 3. I'm guessing that's going to be the case here because this game, it's going strong and it's going to continue going that way. We're in the best minute possible currently. Going to be so for the next 50 seconds. Monkey King pops the BKB, cannot run away from the coil. The puck goes in there and he's going to start the rapid fire going on. And there's the Hex. They push him in inside of your Wukong's, man. You think you're safe, you think you're strong, but you're nothing. That's a dieback on the Monkey King. Did the end of the game finally come? Can Sigma.YNT fight without their Monkey King? That is the real question. They still have all of their Raxes, but that could be taken down very easily with all of the items in play. Wouldn't be surprised. Everything just dies right immediately. Timbersaw, he wants the Wind Waker. He doesn't have a buyback yet, but we'll have it in a minute and a half, so maybe he should just farm gold. Kuropatic, everything is on him. He is the one that needs to stand his ground, do the damage, do everything, but you're dealing with a puck with level 30 and the refresher orb, so none of you will be allowed to move. If they find the OD, he has to stay hidden. He has to be the one protecting Kuropatic. The lift up there, they're bringing Enchantress closer. Still has the Force Staff, will be okay. Gets lifted up into the air. They could hex him. No, they're gonna go with the Silence first, going forward. This Enchantress, nothing to laugh at. They found 2 heroes. That's gonna be the 2 supports dead. The puck does push them out, but doesn't matter. They're still gonna be going down. Where's the OD? He needs to do something. He's taking the fountain, waiting to save Kuropatic, and you're gonna need him to do it now, but he will not be there in time. He's just leaving his teammates trying to, guys, I'm in the fountain, I'm taking a bath. As you're being burned down and murdered by the enemies. The OD, the mid laner, he's not doing anything for demons without the Monkey King. They just don't have enough damage. Kuropatic is trying to do everything, but he can't do it. The coil will connect. They also have the glimpse. There's a shard on the OD, so the glimpse cannot counter it any longer. You've gone a little bit too far here with Lucas, but they have a stolen Astro, so he'll be able to get himself away with ease there. Rubik keeping his buddy alive for the millionth time in this game. Kinetic field there, keeping them at bay. Sigma.YNT, they're in so much trouble right now, and it seems like the Mega Creeps will be making their entry here into the game. Bignum, he deals with their access on top, but Siege Creeps would have done it either way. And now Lucas, he does have the Aghanim Scepter, so BKBs, they're not gonna allow you to run any longer. There are the Mega Creeps. They're gonna be the part of the game, but with the Monkey coming back, this game is still not over. It is heavily in favor of Moneymakers, but it can still be won by Sigma.YNT. Their buybacks are coming off cooldown, at least some of them are. They can have 4 of their buybacks in 2 minutes. Only the Kuropatic Enchantress will be missing 1. Roche, this is the 5th one, and he has everything. Who's missing on the Aghanim Scepter? Nobody. Just gonna be using that one to return the gold to someone who hasn't used the blessing just yet, I guess, but everybody has done it. Refresher. I'm guessing the Naga gets that one. Maybe the Disruptor would make sense, but it's a very long spell anyway. 7 seconds as he went for the talent. He's level 25, not just able to bring them. Slayer is. So the gold lead continues to increase, but it really isn't all about gold right now. Nothing is about gold. Everything is about buybacks, and even in that regard, Moneymakers, they are ahead. In minute and 20, the Monkey King will have his. He has the money. He has all of the items needed. It all comes down to team fight, but it's a little bit easier to the side of Moneymakers to do so. Blinky and Sleep. Static Storm, goodbye, hero. Naga Siren. She's not even all that strong. They burn through her easily with the OD and the Enchantress. But the thing is, his job is to set things up. Yegor, he is the true carry, jumping in. Jumping out immediately. Kuropatic.
Come on, Sprite.
Enchantress. The biggest timing of the Enchantress is gone. It's just not there any longer. So what are you gonna do, Sigma? You're being surrounded by creeps. One mistake, and the Naga will be on you with the sleep. And you're gonna be listening to the last performance of your lives. The last performance in the series, I guess, but if you're talking Dota and lives, yep. 30 on Kuropatic. But the Nature's Attendants now, they heal a lot, but the thing is, the burst damage of the enemies, it is even higher. 36 to 27, 74 minutes into the game. We're breaking records here. If beginning forward, Monkey King, 10,000 gold on him, collecting taxes. That's what the king does. But look at Slayer just being super annoying there. Just keeping in place. He has the Aghanim Scepter, so you cannot move. What's happening? Let me go. Let me live. Let me escape. I want to play Dota. The Lotus Orb there. Easy does put the Rubik under as well. Puck going in. They're gonna axe the Monkey King. He doesn't have a buyback. The Static Storm, but the Ass will save it. It is gonna be there. Look at how big that is. He cannot escape. He's gonna be slept. Now, your hammer there gonna be used. Refresher, they're gonna be going on to the big guy, but that big guy, he doesn't have a buyback, so it's not so easy. And the Wukong's man, you're inside of it. Lucas, you might have the Aegis, but you're gonna die once for sure. Actually, no, the Astral Save again from the Rubik coming into play. He's really doing God's work here on the side of Slayer. But now he goes for the Astral there, saving himself from the Infinite. The Monkey King dropping low, the Glimmer Cape. It's gonna be keeping him alive, but he has been axed up. He cannot escape, he cannot do anything. He just wants to live, and he will not be allowed for the buyback. It's gonna be coming through more from the face, but the throne is exposed, and you do not have any more glyphs. The puck goes under in the face shift. You will be safe for now. Pushes them all away. You are silenced, and you will not be able to kill me. Everybody from MoneyMakers is alive. Same is true for Sigma.YNT, but they did use a significant amount of buybacks. Same is true there from the side of MoneyMakers. Both of their supports did buy back into the game. They wanted to end it, but were unable to do it. And Slayer is very annoyed. You can see it from his face. Just kidding, his face is always like that. He's just like, yeah, that was a smile. He knows that they should be able to end this one. They should be able to win, but they're still not out of the fray just yet. Until the throne falls, it is not over, and there's going to be a glyph available fairly soon. So Sigma.YNT will be able to defend it even better. Only have the cheese left. No more Aegis, no more Refresher Shard on MoneyMakers, and they did take down the tier 4, so that's somewhat of a win. You're gonna be needing more. Gonna kill the courier there. Dark Lord, he's not gonna have his refresher. Monkey King, he definitely needs the refresher. Because when you don't have the Wukong's command, how can you actually fight?
Thanks.
Lucas, the Riptide minus armor, it's approaching here with his level 30. Rubik must have that cheese. I guess he's the only one that has space in his inventory to actually carry it. King, his recipe is on a dead courier, and I mean, he still can't get out of the base to get the perseverances. But if there's anything that Sigma.YNT do have, that's perseverance, because they have been getting smacked now for the past 20 minutes in this game, and they are not giving up. They don't want to be 0-4. They're most likely gonna be. But the reverse sweep here is unacceptable for them. They might just get eliminated here from Division 2. By the way things are going, 0-4 start is going to be very demoralizing for this team. Stolen boundless strike by the Rubik. But that's going to be a Daedalus on the puck. Okay, Yegor, he is ready to rumble. That's gonna be a lot of damage there. Go in with the Fallen Sky, use the ulti, and start just going out with the machine gun. A little bit of silence there for you guys to enjoy the tension of this game. It's very tense, very hard. Predict how the next fight will go, but the MoneyMakers, They are the ones ahead. They're the ones with a better buyback status. The Monkey King not having one, it's a problem.
Dire's ancient
But OD,
is under
he has
attack.
one. That's a big one. On the strike. Lucas gonna be caught. Lucas gonna be destroyed. He is broken in more ways than one. And Sigma.YNT, they're not allowing their base to be taken that easily. 95 seconds on the sidelines. You will not buy back. But that means that Sigma.YNT, this is the time to leave the base. It's now or never. You're not gonna be getting many opportunities like that one. Slayer is like, why are they still playing? Why don't they give up? We smacked you down. We have won this one, but it is not over until the Ancient falls. And Slayer, we better not to learn that the hard way. We're seeing he is stretching there. Oh, Avalanche gonna be used. Lift up into the air. He has the Aerodisc. Gonna be hexed up, but the Aerodisc doesn't move it pretty fast there with the status distance. Doesn't matter. He's dead. Yeah, Rubik loses his life. It's gonna be a big one for them. Doesn't have a buyback. That is huge. Looking at the net worth there for a second. The Puck and the Naga. 60,000 on them. Followed by 55, 51. Everybody is stacked. You see the OD, and he has 30,000. You're like, yeah, you're very underfarmed. Boy, that's 30,000 net worth on him. But Rubik without the buyback, he does give an opening to Sigma.YNT. There is a glyph on the other side, and you always have to be careful of the mega creeps. But travel, they're not impossible now. Tiny does have his BKB. That's a nice second one, if I'm not mistaken. Look at Dark Lord with the Pirate Hat, just how fast he's pushing. Gonna go forward. Pushed back. Coil does get used. He wanted to break that one, but they caught the Monkey King. The Astral is gonna be saving him for now. He has the refreshes, so he can use it yet again. Dark Lord will be fine. He gets himself away. Side of that one with the Tiny, gets caught in the net, and he cannot escape. Oh, actually, there's gonna be an Astral. He's gonna be fine. Even turned into a pig. He's gonna be okay. Lucas is dropping low. Lucas is dead. Does have a buyback. Can use it right now if he wants to, but Rubik cannot do it. Have they really won this game? Sigma.YNT. No, not just yet. They don't have a Wukong's man. That is a big deal inside of the fight. In there, look at Kuropatic and his positioning, and here comes Sproink. Anyone else want the Sproink? They're going for the end. They found the puck, tossed him back, and Kuropatic is continuing to Sproink them all. They have a buyback, Lucas. You better use it right now. You're gonna lose the game. The Astral onto the OD is running away with Lotus so protecting him, but they found the Tiny. He'll be dead. No more BKB for you. Does have a buyback, can return into that fight. Monkey King, refresher, just used, and the Founder strike is gonna be huge. And now with the Wukong's man, you're not escaping. That's when the puck is finally dead. He's 1500 gold. Immediately the buybacks are coming through with the sleep from Lucas keeping him in place. They don't have the Static Storm. They don't have anything to fight with. 20 seconds until they have that one, but even there, without the Wukong's man, you cannot fight that effectively now in terms of buybacks. You're not doing too well. Kuropatic, he did have to use it there so that he can defend his base. Let's see now, the Cookie, they're going on to Rubik, but the Monkey King is looking very much at the Astral Imprisonment, not going to be saving him. Now, looking towards the Naga, there's a stolen Astral. Naga is going to be fine, not taking any damage, and there's a Static Storm onto the two of them. They don't have buybacks. Actually, the OD does have one, but Kuropatic is not so lucky to take it out of the Static Storm. He can't do anything. He's being healed up. Not enough. The Nature's Attendants, they cannot help the wounds when they are so deep. Where's the net? Where's the net? It is gonna be there. You just fought back. He will use himself up, but very soon from air into the ground, that's where the Tiny will go. 3 heroes without buybacks. This should be it. Moneymakers, if they cannot end it now, when will they do it? Boy, what a fight. 5 minutes long. Roche, you're going for Roche. You cowards! You're 5 versus 3. You won it, and you're waiting for the 6th Roche. No way. No way that they're gonna be doing this. They don't have buybacks. I can understand that they're scared, but come on. There's absolutely no way that your enemies can fight this one. The Monkey King will have a buyback in 50 seconds. Maybe they didn't time it right. But it is over. This game is over. There's absolutely no way that Sigma.YNT can fight it. Actually, maybe the OD with double Sanity's Eclipse can do something about it. Seems very unlikely. You have the glyph, 7 seconds. That's what you can buy for yourself. Buck jumps in. Vanscore looking very much that he doesn't have a buyback. He's gonna be... Hoping it's not me, and it doesn't matter. It's still over. It is still over. The game lagged for a second for me. I didn't see what was happening, but it wouldn't have changed the outcome either way. MoneyMakers, they get themselves the victory in this series. Barely. It was going to be a reverse sweep. Game 1 was a 30-minute long game in favor of Sigma.YNT. Then 2 very long games. The second one, 50 minutes. The third one, 80 plus here. And in the end, MoneyMakers, they get themselves the victory and make sure that the guys who they shared the name with, they were YNT. They destroyed Sigma.YNT here, and they're going to be 0-4 in the Eastern European DPC Division 2, which means they're facing elimination. They're actually very close to it. One more game loss, and there might be no more return. But guys, we had a very fun day. That was a great way to end it. A bit of a bummer at the end there we didn't see properly, but the real end was that huge team fight in front of base of MoneyMakers. Then in the end, they come out ahead in with that. They're going to be getting the victory. So today, you guys, if you remember at all, at the start of the day, we had Navi Jr. versus No Sorry. They won 2-0 there on Navi Jr. The young guys, they're also young, 17, 18 years of age, and they crushed No Sorry in just 2 games. Here, MoneyMakers versus Sigma.YNT, the longest series we had so far, 2-1 in favor of MoneyMakers. In 2 days, on April the 15th, we're going to have Team Sexy versus UALA Kumnihao, and we're going to have Navi Jr. versus Namiga to end the day. I'm going to be casting on that day as well, so be sure to be here for more great Dota. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and bye-bye.